I think so much about our lives depends on the perception of how we're looking at it. And I liken this to looking at the Golden Gate Bridge, seeing it from the shore as opposed to potentially flying over it in an aircraft, because your perspective of the majesty of it would change. And in the book, you describe something like that by saying that our life should be viewed in a panoramic way. And I was hoping you could discuss that concept.
It's again very similar to when we say when we're so deep into some subject or matter, an issue, that we're deep in the forest, right? So we only are focusing on the trees. We need to take a step back and see really what does the entire forest look like. And for me, that panoramic view is not just the environment of where I am, but what have I learned so far that I make sure that I'm not really stepping into those same traps and those same cycles? And where is my vision going forward? What really does the end of my sort of story look like? So if I have those as my sort of spectrum boundaries, then how am I living and leading in between? So that's what the panorama for me looks like. And I'll be very honest. Here's another part. It's not just the lessons that I've learned, but I'm very clear about one thing, that there have been numerous hundreds of lives that have lived forever I was born. And whatever the world was in those situations, people, not just my grandmother, great grandmother, not just my ancestry, but the whole planet as a living being, it has all lived so many more lives before I was ever born, but it brought me to here. It brought me here. There's got to be that goodness and the appreciation of that goodness. Of course, there's been imbalance, unjust, and strife. Of course, there has been. I want to focus on what worked and what was good. So that's part of my panoramic view, too, along with after my lifetime, I'm very aware that there will be hundreds of lives coming after me. So if this little short lifespan that I've got of maybe 50, 70, 80 years, how can I make it most worthwhile so that all those lives coming after me, which is part of my panoramic view, can live a little easier, a little better, a little simpler? That's part of my view.
It's a great way to describe life, both the past, the current, the future, and beyond.